All right, today we're going to be talking about what type of finish to put on your wood projects. So we have a live edge biscuit, or a cookie as a lot of people call them. And what you'll see a lot is people like to use Rubio monocoat or linseed oil, tung oil, and finish that with a wood wax or a wood butter. All those options are fine. However, our dad taught us how to spray finish, and so we're going to put a conversion varnish on this one. So if you never sprayed before or have apprehensions of spraying, that you are nervous about it, it's really not that difficult once you get the hang of it. So we're going to take it over into our spray room, get everything set up, and show you our process on how we finish our wood projects. All right, so I have all the varnish mixed up. We are using the Sher-wood water white conversion varnish. We thinned it with Xylene. It's a 4-to-1 mixture. And we added our Sher-wood catalyst. So when you buy your varnishes, you want to make sure you get the right catalyst to go with it. So we're going to be putting this into our gravity-fed sprayer. We actually started on bottom-fed sprayers, but we switched to gravity-fed a little while ago. Is gravity-fed better than bottom-fed? I thought, the gravity-fed, we were getting a better finish. So that's the one we like to go with. But if you're starting out and you want to go with a bottom fed sprayer, that's fine. But we're going to get this put into our can and get this thing moving. All right, so we're in our spray room now. We have our piece sanded to the point that we want it. What we're going to start doing is laying down nice even coats here. We have the back side up. Where you're going to want to be the most careful is on this outside vertical edges. That is where you're going to get the most runs, so you want to be moving in a nice smooth fashion around, not staying in one spot too long. And we're going to start stacking layer upon layer, and we're going to get to about 4 layers, sanding in between each one, and that'll give us the finish that we're looking for. When you're thinking about your spray room or spraying anywhere, you want to be nice, clean, ventilated area. Here we have a exhaust fan to take all that overspray out. And this room doubles as our epoxy room, so while the floor may not look clean, it's just a whole bunch of overfill epoxy that's been on the floor, but it is clean. Last thing is bugs. Bugs will kill you. The last thing you want is a bug to fly in on your very last coat and land right in the middle, and it'll just ruin your day. And always wear your respirator. I believe in respirators. Some of us may not believe in respirators, but if you don't wear one, you will probably be higher than a kite by the time you're done. So I'm going to throw this on, and we're going to get this sprayed. So another little trick that Dad showed us, when we say you'd have a room that had a little more dust, maybe you didn't know it had dust, is to take a water bottle and spray your floor down a little bit. That'll keep the dust down from getting up. Say you have an exhaust fan and it's pulling all that overspray out. If you have a little bit of a water bottle, just spray your floor. That will suppress that dust and keep that dust off your piece as it dries. All right, so our first coat is all dry, and now it's time to sand. So we have our 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to begin to sand nice, even. You want to have even pressure. You don't want to stay in one spot too long, or it'll take more varnish to fill that spot and make it all look even. So nice even pressure as you go across the piece, and don't worry about little what look like scratches, because that's what they are. But what you're doing is you're just removing a little bit of that layer, and then we're going to be putting another layer on top of it. So I'm going to start to sand, and that way we can get this next coat ready to spray. So after our second coat is dry, we'll switch to a 400 grit sandpaper, and that's the sandpaper that we'll use in between all of the rest of the coats. So here what you're going to see me do is I'm going to double coat this final coat. It's just going to reassure that I've got everything, and it's going to give a nice uniform look to it. So that was the fourth and final coat that we just put on. Now we're going to let this sit for about 24 to 36 hours. Let that final coat really harden. Then we'll put the legs on, and we'll bring you back to see what it looks like all put together. So here it is down in our showroom. Our customer had wanted black legs, so we went with a 4-leg setup. We appreciate you watching our video. Hopefully you found it useful and you learned a little bit about spraying and that it's really not that difficult.
and gives you such a nice finish at the end. So like and subscribe to our channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.